Alright, welcome guys to Super Smash Bros. Roundup number 12. This is where we look at the blog updates for the week, and this is apparently the 12th week that we've done it, which is why it's week number 12. I am Spazzy D, your article lead. I have Kawlun with me here today.
That's right,
Kawlun
Spazzy. My name is Spazzy, and I'm here also talking about the Super Smash blog.
And we actually weren't talking about the Smash blog. We were, I think, talking about the Rolling Stones, a little bit about the Beach Boys. There was a whole thing before.
Put Paul McCartney in Smash. I'm going to continue this joke, except I'm not, because last time I entered into a serious Smash discussion and there was jokes. It went horribly wrong, so...
Right, yeah. And plus, you're going to get, like, Joey Kramer as an Echo. That doesn't even make sense. I think, is he the drummer for Aerosmith? Why do I know that name?
What?
Joey Kramer.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I was just thinking. Anyways, guys, so today we're going to talk about Smash Brothers, because that's the thing that you guys like. The video game where... famous video game mascots, mostly from Nintendo, smash it out and knock each other out and whatnot. And this week we're going to start with everybody's favorite mother's boy, Ness. Damn it, no, not Nintendo. Although,
right.
I'll be honest, guys,
Lucas.
You show me Ness and Nintendo, I can't tell the difference. I don't know, man.
One's 8-bit, one's 16-bit.
Yeah, right? Let's talk about that, guys, because that's the most important thing. Yeah. I actually like Mother. I've played all through Mother and also all through Earthbound. I don't feel like a Nintendo Echo makes sense unless they drastically redo the character or use his commercial look, which is something that I don't think would really happen, because it just... Mother, as cool as it is, like, Mother 3 feels like a brand new experience. Mother, in a lot of ways, just feels like the prototype for Earthbound.
That's what I was going to say. I think we're never going to get, like, Nintendo, because no one cares about Mother 1, because it's kind of, it's got a lot of problems that a lot of, like, old 8-bit RPGs have, where they're... I mean, I don't know. I never have a problem with something feeling, like, too dated or something. But... like, there are far better RPGs on the NES and the Famicom than Mother. And
most 8-bit RPGs have aged like, I don't know, like yogurt you've left on the counter. That was not... like, I can play almost any 16-bit RPG, and I can still... For instance, the first Final Fantasy, I can go back and play it just because of the nostalgia involved in it. I can play Mother because it's still charming, but... playing vanilla Mother without, like, because there's some ROMs that speed it up and add a couple quality of life things, it can be a bit of a pain. It's just hard. I'll say right now, because once again we're totally on topic, Phantasy Star for the Master System is by far the best 8-bit RPG. I guess some of, like, the later Dragon's Quests were pretty good too, but man,
I got
Phantasy
that game
Star
for $70 less than it's worth.
Whoa! Have you played Phantasy Star on the Master System?
Yeah, I own it. I like it.
So,
I like it a lot.
It's so playable. Like, anyways, going back to Ness. So Ness has a variety of moves, from long-range attacks using psychic powers known as PSI to short-range attacks with a bat and yo-yo. Ness can also unleash PK Thunder, a guided attack that can launch him like a rocket or help him recover. Okay?
Yes.
Like, yeah, I've said this each time. I'm glad Ness is back. Like, Ness actually was one of my mains in Smash 4. Maybe he might have actually been, come to think of it, my most played character. I really like Ness. There's some cool things that changed with him. I think for his down smash, he, like, kind of walks the dog and actually hangs it off the ledge now. That's kind of cool, I guess.
This is, like, really pretentious, but I've always liked the fact that Nintendo kind of goes back and brings up Earthbound. And I mean, even though it's a big meme that they won't bring over Mother 3, though I totally understand why they won't.
Yeah, my ultimate hope for the series would be, obviously they're not gonna, without a toy, they're not gonna make any new Mother games. But I would love for them to remake the original trilogy. Anyways, sorry.
I like Earthbound a lot, not just because it's like a really good game, but it's like bringing up music comparisons again. It's like the video game equivalent of like The Who's Tommy or Pink Floyd's The Wall, where it's almost
It's
like
very
this like conceptual like masterpiece in of itself.
Yeah, and you can't really. It's a product of its time, much like those pieces of music that you described. But you can't really compare it to any movements at the time. Yeah, maybe there were other rock operas at the time, but it very much stands as its own, like you said, conceptual entity.
It's strangely very counterculture.
Oh, no, yeah, it's not strangely. That's purpose. It's purposeful.
Yeah, while also being something that you can like slip your own kind of life experiences into.
Yeah, what I like, and part of the reason I actually like Earthbound better than Mother 3 is Mother 3, I feel like, and I understand why some people like it more, it's structured more like a typical JRPG.
Yeah.
And it's got these big sweeping story moments and all the things like that. Whereas Earthbound is more about a group of kids just going out and playing and having an adventure, you know?
Yeah.
And they find themselves in this world of adults that don't understand them and don't believe them, and the world's bigger than them, and they, you know, do what they have to do. There's a sense of adventure and wonder in Earthbound that I think is unlike any game, and that's probably why Ness resonates with me so much. I like a lot of his changes in Smash Ultimate. I love that they actually have the effects that are like the background effects when they use their PSI or PK moves in the games. Like those little psychedelic backgrounds are actually now in the fire effects and around and all of that stuff, which is very cool. I love that both Ness and Lucas have other characters from their games during the final smashes, which is cool.
It's great seeing them in like 3D form finally.
Yeah, I like how the franchise has as many stages in the game as Fire Emblem. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, and it's because it was a HAL game. It gets a lot of love in Smash. That the series, I feel like the series would be nowhere if it wasn't for Smash. And I don't know. I've always liked Earthbound. I'm one of those weirdos that actually bought the game. Here's the funny thing. So I rented Earthbound, and it was one of those things that I rented it when it was new, and from Blockbuster a few times until I beat it, and I didn't buy it. And then like a year or two later at Best Buy, they were clearancing copies of Earthbound out, and I bought it for $20 with a strategy guide and everything. And I remember telling a friend, I'm like, man, I should just buy like more of these and just give them out or hold on to them or something. And I didn't. And I probably should have.
One day I'll have an Earthbound cart. That, or they'll put Earthbound on the Switch's kind of online service, and I'll have no need. Because I think the minute that they have like the Wii U got very close to having the definitive version of Earthbound, because not only could you play it on your TV, but you could play it in bed on the gamepad, and you could even open up the home menu and read the entirety of the manual. Like, that's
right,
great.
But without the scratch and sniff, there was no point, man.
No, but it's still fine. It's whatever.
I know. I'm just.
Was the scratch and sniff even a part of the manual, or was it?
It was
just
part of the
Nintendo
strategy guide. I think it was part of the strat because at least when I bought Earthbound, I don't remember if you bought it in any other way. Because I only have my own personal memories. I've never looked to try to track down a copy of it because I owned it from back in the day. It came in like a giant box with a strategy guide inside, and I don't remember if that had the scratch and sniff or if it was just on that Nintendo Power, which I think I also had.
I think they only used it for the ads in Nintendo Power.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't know. I'm a baby. I'm gonna admit it right now. So call me an Earthbound fake fan, if you will. But that's just
I
just don't know.
The
minute they put like Earthbound on a portable that I can also plug into my TV, but also take with me on the go, it's like, yeah, that's the best version of it.
I don't understand why we're talking about localizing Mother 3. a lot of other companies, The Secret of Mana, Mega Man collections, all sorts of Namco collections, are like a lot of companies make collections of games. Even I know Nintendo's trying to move towards like a Netflix style of service.
Yeah.
But if they just did collections for certain things, like if they did the Mother trilogy and sold it for $40 and included artwork and music and other things in there, everyone would buy it. Everyone would.
Honestly, I had this idea months ago. Don't steal it, Nintendo, except totally steal it, because I think this is actually a really badass idea. I was talking to a friend, and I said one way they could really get around the Virtual Console kind of being dead is if they can get to a point where the really small Switch cartridges, the ones that are like 500 megabytes in size, if they can get those to a point where they are so cheap, I would love to see Nintendo produce $5 to $10 Switch cartridge re-releases of their older games. So, like, imagine Super Mario Bros. 3 on a Switch cart with a reprint of the NES manual, like, in a modern case with the old artwork on it.
Yeah, I mean, since Nintendo's always sold stuff in piecemeal, it's a little odd to me that they haven't... I mean, let me put it this way. I understand why they haven't done a lot of collections since the Metroid Prime trilogy, because they like to sell things through like Virtual Console services. But if they're not doing Virtual Console, give us the collections. All right, before we move on from NES or ramble more, let's go over the memory. So this was obviously only on the Japanese blog, but we here at Source Gaming, well, not us, but our actual translators translated this. In today's memory, Ness. On this day 24 years ago, Ness, the young boy who can use supernatural powers, first appeared in Earthbound. During the game, Ness can become homesick and won't fight as effectively. In order to get better, he can return home or call his mom, which is adorable.
Yeah.
Dude, if Nintendo was a Ness Echo, my thought, I'm like, is he progressively gets stronger during the fight. And then he has an asthma attack, and you have to use your inhaler, or you're done.
Yeah. Or he just calls his dad and gets like $10,000 in his pocket.
Well, no, because that was because Nintendo didn't get homesick; he just had asthma attacks, which were hilarious in their own way. Have you ever played the original Earthbound Beginnings or Mother or Earthbound Zero? If you played it on the old ROM back in the day.
I have a repro cart with the Nintendo made translated ROM on it.
Alright, so that was NES. On the 27th, we get Rathalos. He's an assist trophy. Yep. This giant beast will appear when summoned, spreading its wings to create a powerful attack. Rathalos is fire breath and a roar that stuns opponents. Find an opportunity to get an attack. It can be difficult. Shouldn't it be finding a opportunity? Shouldn't it be finding an opportunity?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Way to proofread, Nintendo. You should hire me to edit your stuff.
We were kind of mentioning that in the in our Good Morning Source Gaming live stream we did. Hey, you should check those out. Where we were kind of like talking about how the Smash website feels kind of slapdashed.
Yeah, I feel like
it feels kind of like rushed and like thrown together real quickly.
I feel like Nintendo and Sakurai felt obligated to do something like this because of the dojo and because of the picks of the day, but they didn't really want to. Like, do you kind of get that feeling? Like, it's not... I don't know. I just feel like before we were always getting interesting information, and maybe it's Nintendo's fault for not... like I said last time I did this with Push Dustin, that maybe they shouldn't have released all of the videos for each character. I mean, obviously we knew everyone was here, but at least they could have revealed things and we could have talked over. At this point, we've seen almost everything. I guess the memories aren't even, if it wasn't for Source Gaming, again, it's not translated by Nintendo, so most of the stuff is just literally stuff we've already seen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rathalos, I think, is an awesome addition. Monster Hunter's huge. Pretty sure that's for a story mode, right? We've all agreed that there's no hidden Monster Hunter stage, or they would have talked about it. Yeah.
I think it might be safe to say that whatever characters we get coming forward, might not be from third party because it's kind of obvious there's going to be no more stages to add.
I mean, I agree with you, and I've said that over and over again, but people will disagree with us. And like I've told them every time, yeah, there's some wiggle room in the language that Sakurai used. It would feel odd to me because he gave a number for that number to change. But man, all you people that think we're dumb and that there's more stages, I hope we're dumb, and I hope you prove us wrong, and you get to gloat over us and come back on these videos and tell us how stupid we were. Because I would love an extra 10 stages. I just don't think we'll have them.
I think if you're gonna call us dumb because we're going by what the company told us, I think you should do something better with your life.
Hey man, whatever.
Maybe that's a hot take, but
hey man, people are entitled to have their opinions, and I really don't care what they think. So anyways.
Yeah, there you go.
Oopsies. No, yeah. Sorry, love you guys. So today's music, this was on 8/28. Yeah. You can now listen to Shota Kageyama. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Rhythmic arrangement of Yoshi's New Island main theme. Go Yoshi!
That's weird.
I've never played Yoshi's New Island. I've heard.
Me neither.
I've heard the music from that game isn't great.
Same. That's what makes this kind of so bizarre.
So weird. It's not a bad arrangement though.
No, it's not. That's like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think as a whole, Yoshi's New Island soundtrack isn't that bad. I know everyone likes to bring up da 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 da, which is like, you know, that one song that plays for like 30 seconds at like some random cutscene. But I think there was like a lot of tracks in that game that were totally fine. Maybe just some bad instrumentation. But yeah, this track's like, it's good. I like.
You know what? And that's the thing is just when there's so much to a game, there's always good elements. And Smash is able, and Sakurai, to pull out any elements that they like and use them. A game could be hot garbage. It could be Sonic 06, but it could have a good track, or it could have a good background for a stage, or anything, and you could take it, you know? And that's kind of the beauty of Smash. You take the best of everything. It's a best of video games. Moving on, we have today's stage, New Donk City Hall. This stage is based on Super Mario Odyssey's New Donk City. When a fighter touches a band member, their instrument gets added to the background track. Mayor Pauline also makes an appearance. So what if Jump Up Superstar doesn't play?
That's disappointing. But no, it does.
No, it does, but every stage for every series, right? You can pick any song. So you can pick any Mario song can play on here. So does the bands do they integrate a gimmick into the stage?
Wasn't that
only works when Jump Up Superstar is playing, or did they take the insane amount of time that would be necessary to separate each music track by instrument track and add it when a band member is touched?
But I mean, that's what it seemed like in the Smash Direct. Was that you smack all of the band members
right? But I don't. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I totally get what you're saying.
Because so far we've only seen that stage when Jump Up Superstar is playing, but we know other songs can play on that stage. So is the gimmick disabled, or does it work really weirdly in that you're playing the classic?
Sorry.
Yeah. Does it play if you're playing the classic 8-bit Mario theme? Just when the bass comes in, does the bass? Do they isolate
Pauline mouthing along to the Tetris theme?
Yeah, right.
That'd be so good. I want that.
Is this going to be a random instrument? It's not even whatever instrument, because not everything has a horn section.
She's literally going to be opening her mouth open and close, and all you hear is like.
Okay, so we don't know how that works. What do you think about the stage itself, from what you've seen?
It looks like a Smash stage. It looks like New Donk City Hall. it's kind of hard to judge like any stage now that they all have like 15 different forms.
Right, and
depending on what kind of
and,
friends you have, you're going to be playing on one type of form anyway. So, to some degree, I'd like to say that yes, it is a very pretty background to an Omega stage.
My friends and I will only play on Smashville that stage morphs into Town and City. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. There's your hot take, folks.
I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody else say this, but it's very clearly Prism Tower, like which has come back. But the Nintendo 3DS Prism Tower stage is set up the same way, where you're going up a tower, and it starts off on a completely flat level, and then the platform comes up. Because, yeah, it's like a traveling stage, but it's set up exactly like Prism Tower, where you're going from different sections from the floor up. So that's what the stage reminds me of. I generally actually kind of like... I know last week pushed us and was saying how he didn't like it. I kind of do like traveling stages. It gives it a bit more variety. It's going to be weird doing stage morph with traveling stages. That, like... almost doesn't compute with me. But as far as it, I guess there are more, let's say, interesting locations in Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
But this is the iconic location.
Yeah.
And there's always more interesting locations, but I feel like, or you know what? Here's a better example. There's always more interesting characters, but you always take the main character. So this is kind of the main location from Odyssey. It's not like the central hub world or anything, but it's the one that was heavily used in advertising. It's the one that everyone knows. So obviously it would be New Donk City Hall. I think it looks okay. I'm interested to play on it.
Yeah. I can't wait to use the stage transformation to turn it into 75 meters from Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that is thematically appropriate. I was actually... I'm also going to play on Corneria and on Venom, so it'll be like I'm playing on the plane, or on the Great Fox. Now it's facing a different direction. I'm really interested, by the way, to see some of the Omega forms, because in Smash for Wii U, some of the Omega forms like Onett were like on top of the drugstore, so it was just a building. But now everything's going to be floating in space, so it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird to see how some of them are done.
Yeah.
Not this one though. This one seems like it's like it'll probably be fine. Let's move on to the 29th with today's fighter, Princess Peach. I was excited by this update because I was really worried that Princess Peach would not be in the game after I had already seen gameplay of her multiple times. So, the Super Princess.
I just thought Daisy would be replacing Peach.
I almost feel like this first line is actually throwing a little bit of shade at Daisy. The Super Princess. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't need any. It's not like when they showed Mario, they're like the Super Plumber. Screw the other guys.
Daisy's really funny. I'm like a really big fan of Super Mario Land, but Daisy is just like the ultimate punchline.
Man, I wonder. Like, I really want to see if there's any actual differences between Peach and Daisy. Maybe they'll have different final smashes.
Well, one's a brunette and the other's a real character.
Aww. It's like a real Betty and Veronica situation over here. Anyways, watch out for her powerful kicks while she's airborne. Using her down special, she picks vegetables and throws them at her opponents. Sometimes she can even get items, like a bomb, or a laser sword, or a Mr. Saturn, and that's it, right? Those are the three things she can always pull up.
Yeah, I like Super Mario Brothers too.
I also like Super Mario Brothers too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't talk about Toad's expanded role in her moveset.
Yeah, true.
Because that's like the best part is that Toad's part of her throws now. So it's kind of like Toad's playable, kind of, because you can make him do throws, sort of. So yeah, that's Princess Peach. She's a real Peach. But she wasn't important enough to get representation in the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie, unlike Daisy. So
yeah, she didn't. That's really weird.
yeah, I don't know.
I like that movie a lot, by the way. I think it's like, it's unironically in my top 5 of like good video game movies. It's not the top movie, but it's up there.
Yeah, you, me, and Wolfman need to have a conversation about this one day. Maybe we'll do a discussion. I don't know. It'll be great.
Number 1 is Ace Attorney.
I don't know.
No, wait, take that back. Actually, number 1 is Rampage. I forgot. I haven't seen Rampage.
It's
just like a stupid action movie. It's like exactly what you would want out of it. It was just like, oh, this is fun. You know?
I also did not see the new Tomb Raider, but I've heard I've not missed much.
Doesn't it have like an 18 on Rotten Tomatoes? Like,
yeah. You know, and I'm going to say this too.
Yeah.
The Warcraft movie wasn't that bad. It's just they should have not had any humans in it.
I don't know about that, because I was ready to fall asleep the whole movie.
Okay, listen. I felt like the orc world and society was very well realized. It's just that when you got to the humans, the tone shifted, and the tone didn't even shift like from the human parts to the orc parts. The tone just shifted between which human actors were talking. Like the people didn't realize everyone thought they were in a different type of movie. and the set pieces were just awful and over the top, and not even in a fun World of Warcraft sort of way. But I genuinely thought that all the orc stuff was interesting, and it had the seeds of what could have been a good movie. So I don't hate that movie. Anyways, going back to Peach, we do have, I believe, a memory for Peach as well. This is the 2005 Nintendo DS game, Super Princess Peach. It was Peach's first time as a main protagonist. The story shakes things up by having Peach rescue Mario and Luigi from Bowser. Peach fights with the vibe powers: joy, gloom, rage, and calm. This was a very nuanced portrayal of a female heroine, and I think we all remember it for that and the great level design. So, although I wonder, since they made this a memory, if they're gonna pull from that for her new Final Smash, because they're definitely not gonna do the giant peaches or whatever anymore, because everyone has straight to the point cinematic one-hit KO Final Smashes now. I would kind of like to see the meltdowns if, like, they're just like, and Peach just starts crying. That's her final smash. She just cries everywhere. I don't know, man. And I actually am interested to see. I'm interested to see the final smashes of a lot of characters. I want to see what they did with Yoshi, Peach, Diddy Kong, which we haven't seen yet. So, and that's I think what kind of upsets me about this format. Well, not really upsets me, but disappoints me about this format is, we knew we were just going to get Peach's video. If this had just been an actual more informational sort of format, maybe they would actually say, hey, this is Peach's final smash, if it was like a pick of the day style information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, Peach is great. Like, Peach is a character I've never played as. I mean, I've played as her, obviously, you know, but she's never been a character I've gravitated towards, but lots of people like her. She seems like Peach. I haven't seen any differences from what I've seen from her. So, moving on, we have for August 30th, the last fighter for the month of March. I mean, August. Why did I say March? Jesus, man, I am either losing time or gaining time quickly. We have Wolf from Team Star Wolf. He's like Fox, except he's a wolf. And he's got a sweet purple jacket. That's actually the description. That's what it says. It does not say that. It says,
it's oddly apt, you know?
Yeah. It says, stop calling him a clone. His A moves are completely different. Completely different. The leader of the Star Wolf mercenary team makes his grand return after 10 years. He puts his sharp claws to good use in wild attacks, and his final smash is an all-out attack by Team Star Wolf. If Fox or Falco is in the battle, you may hear a unique line of dialogue. So, yeah, it's Wolf. I like how overall we're getting more villains and rival characters in this game. I don't consider Wolf a villain. I can actually not scratch that. He's a villain. He's definitely a villain.
Yeah.
He's just he's not even really morally gray. I feel like people try to say he's kind of an anti-hero by the end of. No, he's like you know, he's like a Boba Fett style villain, not a Vader style villain. Does that make sense?
He's like.
he's not evil for the sake of being evil. He's just very self-serving.
Yeah, he's like the villain you love anyway.
Yeah, he's the type of villain that a comic book would eventually or make a hero, or he's the type of villain that fights Goku and then later becomes one of Goku's friends to fight the next villain.
There you go.
That's Wolf. Actually, and let me tell you, I'm actually super happy Wolf's back. I'm one of those people that I play as Fox every now and then. I play as Falco every now and then. They're characters I mess around with, but they never really clicked with me. But back in Brawl, I really enjoyed Wolf's playstyle. I'm not sure what it is. But I mean, that's just how Smash is. Some characters resonate with you and some don't. So I'm glad he's back. I like his design. His design actually looks a lot cooler than his Brawl design. I think it was based off of Star Fox Zero, but I'll be honest, I own Star Fox Zero. I played like 2 hours of it. I never was able to really get into it. I think his design's a little bit different from that. I think it's still... obviously
it's for the most part inspired from Star Fox Zero. They even said so in
yeah, I know, but I think it looks a little different. I think they obviously added way more metal bits and stuff.
Oh yeah, they might have spruced it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like his design. I think he looks cool. I like that. Going back to Dragon Ball, he's doing the Yamcha pose because he's a wolf. Get it? Definitely going to be one of my new amiibos. So I don't know if I have much else to say about Wolf. I do wish that we would see more gameplay of the returning veterans. Because I think the only ones we've seen so far are Snake and Pokemon Trainer. I would love to see, like, Wolf, to see how he stacks up now, to see the differences between Young Link and Pichu from the characters they're derived from.
Well, I think they've been relying a lot on the all the demos they've been sort of like showcasing at all these different events.
Right, but those characters aren't in the demo.
Oh, they are?
It's always the same characters. No.
Oh, well.
That's why I said the only ones that are in those demos are Snake and Pokemon Trainer. Which, I mean, are obviously big characters to come back, and especially because Pokemon Trainer is really too.
I thought by now they would have had you have
no, I really want to see
it with a few more, but I guess I'm not totally wrong on that one.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I'd love to see a new demo. Yeah. I'd love to see. I bring this up, Diddy Kong. I want to see if he still has his Dixie color for reasons.
Oh,
for secret reasons.
I wonder.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny. Obviously, we're big Smash fans. We're part of Source Gaming, but in a lot of ways, I feel. Well, at least I am. I feel kind of checked out from all the Smash news because we got so much at once, and then everything they show us, I feel like they're not really showing us anything.
Because listen, I don't think they need to. I mean, they are, and they will, and it's good that they are. But like, I don't understand the people who are like, we need another Smash Direct because X, Y, Z. It's like, no, I'm already sold on the game. Like, everyone's already sold on the game. Like, that Spirits mode or whatever could just be like a 2-hour-long movie and not a real game mode, and people would still be like, yeah, but I'm buying Smash Ultimate. Like,
it's literally a video of Sakurai talking about how much content is in here and how hard he's worked on it.
It's Reggie walking into a living room and going, the game is fun. And just extended for like an hour and a half.
I mean, and I think that's it for me too, is that my most wanted characters were I really wanted some veterans to return. I wanted Wolf to return. I wanted Squirtle to return, even though I didn't think there was much of a chance of it. I wanted Snake to return.
And there you go. Everyone's back.
Yeah, and then my most wanted newcomers by far were Ridley, Simon Belmont, and Bomberman. And Bomberman's an assist, so I'm not worried about that in one way or another because he's not in. And I'm not like Waluigi fans who are like, but maybe. I'm like, just...
my
guys.
XD meme character, LOL.
Yeah, just if your character's an assist trophy, they're probably not in, guys. Maybe you can make a case for DLC.
I said it in the discussion, and I'll say it again. Waluigi, Shrek, Peter Griffin, they all stopped being funny.
Dude, Waluigi's not on the same level. Because there's some people that unironically like Waluigi. I think most people just like him because he's a meme lord. But
I pick Waluigi when I play Mario Party, but otherwise, it's like we kind of killed the meme. We got to move on. We got to start picking funnier, more obscure Nintendo characters. I think Glass Joe should be the new Nintendo meme character.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Or Peach's Parasol from Super Princess Peach should be its own standalone playable character. Because it's been in exactly as many games as Geno. Anyways. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a Geno advocate, but I'd be happy if Geno got in. I'm just kind of like, yeah, Geno. I think Geno's cool. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. But my point was, before you interrupted me in a very rude fashion, was that, so I got all the characters that I really wanted are either in the game or already just confirmed.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of along for the ride, and I'm very happy with what we got. So, like, at this point, I'm like, man,
everything's kind of a pleasant surprise at this point.
Exactly. Like, whatever's in here at this point is a bonus. So
they've already given us how many minutes of information? What, like 50? Almost an hour? Like, I'm good.
Here's another thing, Smash fans, of which I am also an entitled Smash fan and want everything to be a Smash Direct. Like, fans of Nintendo things that don't like Smash Brothers, which there are. In fact, there are many.
Yeah.
There are Nintendo fans that don't like Smash Brothers. They've gotten like 10 minutes of information from Nintendo about things that weren't Smash Brothers or indie games since E3, including the E3 presentation.
Did you know that there are people who play video games that are not only not Smash, but also not directly first-party titles on the Switch? I know. It's crazy. You don't have to scream at Nintendo on Twitter when a new Nindies Direct comes along. You're not helping.
Sans Undertale. Anyways, do you have... That's not a Nintendo game, but is it? So, anything else to talk about the blog updates for this week, or should we just wrap it up after our meandering...
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta...
I don't actually have an answer. I just wanted to say something really desperately.
All right, guys.
Like, I gotta get out of here.
So yeah. So this is our weekly Smash Blog roundup. It was an okay week. Not much information. Hopefully next week we'll get something a little bit more exciting. Some showcases that maybe talk about something we don't know, or I don't know, maybe some memories that, at least last week we had the Duck Hunt Dog Japan gun, which that was kind of cool. It's like a realistic looking gun. And we also had the Famitsu column. Anyways, guys, this is Spazzy. I'm out. That is, who are you again?
I was also Spazzy.
All right, guys. Yeah, all that stuff. Like, subscribe. The Duke of Dorks is great. And yeah, come back to the source. Later, guys.
Later.